Hi everyone, my name is Ray and welcome to my channel. This video is going to be about how to supercharge your water. As many of you know, I am a breatharian guide. I help people through a guided fast that initiates them into a pranic state, where their body is less dependent on food and goes through a deep healing on multiple levels. Over the years, I've been bombarded with a lot of information that has significantly changed my relationship with food and with water. I treat water now more like an entity or a type of consciousness that actually reflects back our intentions, our beliefs, and the energy that we emit as we are drinking it. This is, by the way, also the reason why so many people pray, or why ancient religions and modern religions always have a pray before people eat, because the water is actually changing. And you can use these supercharging abilities to supercharge your water and have the best physical effects. Now, I'm going to teach you in this video 5 different methods about how to supercharge your water, starting from the basic practical ones into the more eccentric ones. When one considers that we are 99% water on the molecular count and 70% by mass, then it makes total sense to treat our drinking water as the sacred, life-giving, mind-expanding substance it actually is. I'm going to start from, again, the practical methods to the more eccentric, more hippie, new age type of methods, starting with the simplest ones. But before we get practical, I want to talk a little bit about the difference between the chemical and physical composition of water. When most people talk about water, they're talking about the chemical composition. In other words, what does that water contain? Does it have any minerals in it? Does it have any toxins in it? Is it drinking tap water? Is it water that we bought from a plastic container? Is it something that we got from the ocean? But a lot of people are neglecting the molecular structure of the water. In other words, a lot of us know that water are H2O, a molecule, but we don't understand that that molecule sits inside clusters of molecules, and the structure itself has an effect. Certain structures of water can bring in more oxygen, can allow the entity, the person, the animal that is drinking it to actually oxygenate much faster. Certain types of water are simply healthier for us. We are calling those structured water. And one of the things that we discover is that our consciousness has an effect on creating structured water. In other words, we can actually change the water by using these different methods. So just before we begin, if you have a different approach to supercharge your own water that I'm not going to reference here, let everybody know by adding it in the comment section below. So method number 1, using your own energy of intent and will. This is the simplest way. Have you ever given thought to why all major religions have embedded praying and showing gratitude for their food? In other words, like in Thanksgiving or holding hands and praying. Have you ever heard about Dr. Emoto? Because he has done many different experiments. One of them is called the rice experiment. He sends positive thoughts to one batch of rice and negative ones to the other one. What happens is that after a few days, the rice that is getting the loving energy is doing much better than the rice that is giving the negative energy. And you can really see this, and a lot of people have duplicated this process in their own house. The rice that got negative energy is moldy, it's smelly, and basically it looks disgusting and black. So how and why does this happen? How is it that just our thoughts are affecting the chemical structure of our food? Simply put, every thought that we emit has a certain energy or frequency or a vibration. Water is a superconductor that picks up on that and responds to its environment. So we can actually program the water to help us. It's really easy to do, and it only takes about 5 seconds. We just need to get into the habit. Before you drink a glass of water or juice or eat food, hold it in your hands and put the intention of love into the water, into the food, into the juice. And you can do it for as long as you want. You can do it just a fraction of a second. Both of them will actually change the molecules of the water. Second method, a little bit more practical. The second method is a little bit more practical. A specially designed cup that creates a vortex. Now, a vortex, like in nature, is the way that the molecules actually change in the water in the natural way. In other words, when you see a fountain, when you see in nature the way that water actually flows, is it flows in circles and in rivers. And it has been proven and shown that when you're creating a vortex, You're actually clearing the structure of the water. Again, not the chemical composition, but the structure. This glass costs something like $15 on Amazon, and I'm going to add it to the list below in the description so you can find it by yourself. I've been using the glass for about 2 years. I just really like it to put the water in it and look at the vortex. It's art. It's really art. And of course, this method is for more practical or maybe mental people who don't actually want to pray for the water or think that they're going to forget. So just buy a cup. The third method is to use a specifically designed cobalt blue glass water bottle. Did you ever give much thought to the fact that our oceans are blue? Why is the ocean blue, for example, while the color of water that is in our cups is clear or transparent? Think about the ocean. Think about the deepest cobalt blue ocean. Gorgeous blue. The deep blue color brings water back to 0-point energy, where it is healed of any of the former energies and the frequencies it may have accumulated on its way to your own bottle and into your body. By clearing this energy, you are providing the opportunity for your water to then truly hold the frequency and blueprint of your chosen intentions. There are really plenty of different options to choose from when you're looking for the blue water bottles, especially the glass ones. I went with the Blue Bottle Love because I resonated with what they wrote on their website, and I'm going to put their link below as well. And the question may arise, why glass? Glass is beautiful, it's natural, it's endlessly recyclable, and is one of the few substances that carries a frequency in perfect harmonious resonance with that of what we call the structured or the living water. Glass containers have been used for over 5,000 years. When it comes to the best in quality, purity, and performance, glass is really the only material that stands the test of time. The fourth method, and as I promised you is becoming more eccentric, is to expose your water to sunlight or moonlight. Some people say that the moonlight supercharges only when the moon is full. So you can expose it for a few hours. It's always in a glass container, never put it in a plastic container. Actually, most people that know about superconductivity of water never drink from a plastic cup or never drink from a plastic bottle and stuff like that. You can get a lot of information online, but it's basically put your glass container somewhere that it's exposed to light, put some positive intentions to it, and let it supercharge by itself for a few hours. If it's moonlight, put it all night long when the moon is full. The fifth method is to use crystals or already superconductive water from the different water research facilities around the world. Now, I promised you it's going to get more eccentric the more we go along, and this is the last one. A lot of people choose to use crystals with the fourth method, in other words, to put crystals inside your water and then put them outside in the sun or outside in the moonlight itself. The question arises, when is the water most powerful to drink? And the answer is right after a dry fast. A dry fast, as you've probably seen in some of my videos, is when you're already using the water that was inside your body, and your body is going to continue cleansing itself, your kidneys are going to continue working, and you'll be amazed because while you're dry fasting, you're still going to urinate from time to time. After you completed a process, a workshop, or a dry fast, then the first water that you're drinking is the most vital and important water. In other words, it's the water that is going to superconduct and supercharge all of your cells. It's going to replace the deep water that has been used while you were dry fasting. Let me give you an example of how we supercharge our water. During my retreats, the group of participants go through a 4-day dry fast altogether. In the end, they have a water ceremony. Before the water ceremony, we use vortexes, we use deep blue water, we use all these different things. In addition to that, we have a ceremony, a sacred ceremony where everybody sits around the water and everybody blesses the water, each individual in its own time. In other words, it can take up to a whole hour. And I use all the participants' water. In other words, from the 25 previous processes, I take a little bit of water and I add that to the water that everybody's going to drink. That is superconductive, supercharged up water. And we know that when we're drinking them, they're going to change the water that the dry fast has exerted out of our system, and they're going to replace that. In other words, we are reinitiating our system with pure, conscious, and intended water. And of course, those water taste amazing. So my friend, thank you for choosing to spend time on my channel and giving me from your precious time. As always, if you're looking to step up your game or your personal development game to its highest, and are looking to be initiated into a higher vibration, check out my retreats at raymaor.com. And if you like this video and you think you know a few people that will benefit from it, please like it, share it, or subscribe to my channel. As always, namaste, and I will see you in my next video.